Hey everyone, welcome back. Today I'm hoping to get a bike ride in with my buddy Brian, who just bought himself an e-bike, and probably gonna ride the White Pine Trail later this afternoon. A little bit drizzly today, so got my bike on the Yakima rack and doing what I can to try to minimize water infiltration. Don't know how well everything will work, but and do what I can, cover up some of the important things like the port where the battery plugs in and my controller and the screen. So bike rack's been working out pretty good. It's rated to hold, I think, 60 pounds per bike. The Rad City 4 is 64 pounds, but I take the battery off every time I travel and have just a few accessories on, so I'm probably hovering right around the 60-pound range, and it's been completely fine. I had my bike and my giant regular bike and my wife's bike, and then a friend's bike on the 4, you have the adapter to make it 4, over the weekend, and traveled probably 30 miles with it, and everything was good with that too. So I think it's the Yakima lift up or stand up. It's one of the expensive ones, like $400, but I've had it for over 10 years. Well, before I bought my e-bike, and I'm happy that the wheels on the Rad City fit perfectly in the trays. Like other people have said before, the wheels are basically not any bigger than a regular mountain bike tire. Pretty much the same width, so the bike does well on pavement, especially well on pavement and dirt roads and gravel, crushed limestone, whatever you might find. Not necessarily an off-road bike, but if you happen to find yourself running into a dirt road on your trip, no problem. So we're gonna head out and hope that the rain just stays like a light mist like it's been doing, and we don't get any heavier rain, and maybe it even clears up by the time we're ready to ride later. Heading to the bike trail, meeting up at the carpool parking lot. Got the bike back there, rolling along good, and looking forward to the ride. Rain has kind of stopped, and the radar made it look like it was mostly going to be done right around this time, so hopefully that's hold true, and we have a fairly dry ride. Yeah, so my friend Brian decided to park on the other side of the road over here at the ballpark. And yeah, I don't know if parking's really allowed, but who the hell knows. There's the hippie van, seen that before. Hello.
Welcome to Lake Michigan Credit Union.
Nice. So where'd you end up getting this thing?
Lowell of all places.
Oh yeah?
Yeah.
Someone was selling it?
Yeah, some older guy that had it. His wife bought it for him last year for getting out of the house during COVID.
Uh-huh.
He never rode it.
Huh.
He's got health problems, so he doesn't want to ride it.
Sweet.
Yeah, so it's basically like new. It only had like 70 miles on it.
Uh-huh.
Only had one charge on the battery. So.
Nice. It's a cool looking bike.
Yeah.
Raleigh.
Put my pedals on it, a couple of things I had laying around.
It's like the Rolls Royce of electric bikes. All right, I think we got everything ready over here, ready to roll out. Starting basically at the very beginning of the White Pine Trail on the south end and heading up toward Rockford and maybe beyond, so should be a good ride, hopefully. Just cruising right along on the White Pine Trail. I love my Rad. I just really like the looks of Brian's. It's like really sleek. Got that cruiser.
Normally a beach cruiser wouldn't be going this time.
Right. haven't quite gotten used to riding it with no hands yet. Nice views of the Rogue River down there. Hard to see from the phone. A lot of trees in the way, but they don't have a ton of leaves on them yet.
Bright green buds.
Yeah. Springtime. Little pit stop here at Rockford Brewing Company, right on the trail. Alright, just finished up at the Rockford Brewing Company and we're about ready to head out to Cedar Springs now. It's probably another 7-8 mile ride up to the north. And yeah, so far the rain has held off, which is great. And I'm just looking forward to enjoying the cruise on the rad power bike. Totally radical, alright. So we've had this kid on a fat tire e-bike, basically throttle only, hauling ass down the trail, giving us e-bikers a bad name, honestly, in my opinion. He's just weaving, probably doing 20 plus miles an hour. Looks like he's on a motorcycle. He's got one of those big motorcycle headlights. If you're that kind of person, I suggest you don't be, because these trails are amazing and they're safe. We shouldn't have to be forced to the roads, you know? We should be able to ride these trails like any other bicyclist can. Anyway, that's my rant. Still heading north on the White Pine Linear Trail Skate Park. It's a nice cool afternoon, maybe mid 50s, upper 50s, but not bad with the jacket. I actually have a little bit of sweat going on, which isn't surprising for me, you know? And now coming into the town of Cedar Springs. And it looks like clear. A little bit of a headwind, crosswind combination. Been mostly on pedal assist 1 the entire way. Might hit it up to number 2 on the way back. Close my move ring for the day on my Apple Watch, possibly. Take it a little bit easier. You never know. Usually I'm just pedaling so fast that that's what I'm feeling. But some of these longer rides, like once you hit about 10, 12 miles, it's like, yeah, starting to get a little bit sore on the old rear end. And here as we be approaching the Cedar Springs Brewery. Oh yeah, integrated brake light. Sick.
I see the light, brother.
All right, we've finally arrived at maybe our, oh, just as I arrive, I close the move ring. So
I guess I'll try the export over this clean finish.
COVID times. How long has it been since you've been treated to some live music? A band warming up back there. Alright, I think the band might finally be going here. Prost.
Live music.
More cowbell! Yeah, fixing to head out soon, I think. But it's hard because they're playing Santana.
gotta go to the bathroom, wear your mask.
Wear your mask if you get in the bathroom.
E-brake. So we're heading out of Cedar Springs, heading southbound. We've done about 15 miles to get to Cedar Springs, so our estimated round trip total will be around 30. And check this out. You know, I mean, I've been mostly doing pedal assist 1, but just switching over to 2 on the way back, and I still have all 5 bars, bro. That's how I roll. Oh, I just wanted to demonstrate, if I haven't already, what a lovely evening we got for our bike ride back to the ballpark. All the rain has disappeared. The clouds have parted. The sun is out. It's really lovely. And we are just really enjoying our ride back. So I'm still kind of cruising in PAS 2. Got my phone plugged in so I can charge a little bit. Hello. And yeah, you know, PAS 1 basically draws about 50 to 60 watts. PAS 2, 170, pretty standard. And the you know, motor 750, so this is just like sucking a little bit off the top to kind of help you cruise along. I'm in the 5th gear, if you can see that, and cruising along at 17.1 miles per hour with some pedaling effort. Of course, I'm a biker, so I love to pedal. A little bit of a detour on a like little nature path or something that we just spotted off of the White Pine Trail. And yes, we're coming right out to the road, so that did not last very long. This is just to show that when you run into this kind of stuff, if you're looking into a rad city, as opposed to getting the big motorcycle looking things, which, you know, certainly have their place. I'm not trying to knock them, but you can totally use the Rad City on this kind of stuff. It's got great tires, like 2.5 to 2 3/4 inch wide. And yeah, it works great. Got the front suspension, no problem. Coming back into downtown Rockford, Michigan. Right along the Rogue River. It's very pleasant. They actually have a dam here. The wife and the kids and I come up a lot and ride so we can get ice cream here at Custard by the Dam. It's fantastic. What are we doing, man? All right. The Rad Power Bike. All right, we have officially checked into Third Nature Brewing Company, just south of Rockford, Michigan. And so we missed the pretzel at the German brewery, but they had one on the menu here. Looks pretty good, so we'll check that out. Yo, amazing softness, super hot. Dipping it into the beer cheese.
That's very juicy looking right there. Right
My God, the pretzel's so hot. I'm burning my fingers. Heading back to the car. It is a little bit past 8:30 p.m. Not to Belmont yet, but we do have a special weather statement from the U.S. Weather Service. Basically, like, kind of saying that we might get some more weather, so we decided we should probably head back. But man, it's been a good day of riding. Even though it's been on the cooler side, can't wait for this to be summer months. We are approximately 30 miles in. I forgot to start my watch after the last stop, which kind of sucks, but I think the GPS positions me approximately where I was even when I started it, so 28.05 miles, and yeah, a few drops falling from the sky, but that's no problem for us hardy northern Michigan folks here. And Brian and I have like backpacked in the middle of winter with like 15 feet of snow on the ground. So no problem. I can smell fires. People are out in their yards having fires. Oh, I see one over there. I don't think yeah, it's on top of that hill. I was trying to get it, but have a nice bonfire over there. White Pine Trail. Heading back to the car after a nice day of rad riding. In Brian's case, rally riding. So, good stuff. Oh my goodness, listen to those spring peepers out there. Oh, I hope you could hear that. Phenomenal. We love the frogs, the spring peepers. Good to fall asleep to when you're in your tent, or if you're fortunate enough to have a marsh or a pond by your bedroom window at night, like I had when I was growing up as a kid. It's great. Open the windows, listen to them peepers, sing you to sleep. A little bit of a sunset going on over there. Totally radical. This is day number, day number 13, I think. Maybe day number 12. Yeah, day number 12 with my bike. It got delivered 12 days ago. Just heading back to the car still. A little bit of a pit stop. I think Bri had to pull off to adjust his bike or something. He's way back there. So I'll give you a few moments to do a 360 of the Rad City 4 in all its glory. Nighttime, not necessarily night, but obviously heading to night. Had a little bit of a brief shower coming down. I am just in love with the bike a little bit. Yeah. For what I do out here on these rail trails and riding roads and cruising neighborhoods and going into town, like, this is the bike. If I lived out west and there was lots of dirt roads and lots of like forest roads and dirt biking trails that you're allowed to ride an e-bike on, maybe you go to the campground and ride through there a lot. Maybe a Rad Runner or a Rad Rover would be good in that situation, but I think a lot of people like just get it because they want to have something that feels like a motorcycle without having to get a motorcycle license. Me, I wanted a bike. I wanted a bicycle that had juice. And so that's why I went with the Rad City commuter bike. Comes standard with the rear rack, the fenders. I got the panniers going on. I've got my top tube bag. I got one of them juice bicycle horns. Integrated headlight. My phone mount. Integrated rear tail light that is brake operated to let people know that you're slowing down. My panniers from Amazon, the GoNex brand, waterproof. Got the nice little reflective strips on them. It's just an amazing bike. I love it. Got my mirror mounted down and in. Look at that. Look at that sky. Isn't that beautiful? So I was kind of thinking Brian maybe pulled off to take a leak, and shit, yeah, having some bike problems over here. The chain is on the ground.
Blew her up, man.
Oh, dang it.
At least we're only like downhill from.
Yeah, basically within a mile of the car, I think.
I think if I break this loose, I can re-break it. I'd actually like to get it to move before I break it.
Well, shit. I think, like we said, if there's any positive, we've done over 30 miles, and this happens about 1 mile from the car. So, better than happening like 15 miles ago or something. Whoa, what's up? Totally radical over here. Hard to see, but Brian blew out his frickin' chain. I think I mentioned that already. He couldn't get the thing back on, so now I'm towing him back to the car with my rad power bike. Yeah, that's right, rad power bike for the win. He's holding on with a bungee cord, so I don't know. We've got less than a mile back to the car. What an adventure! Pitch black now. Woot! All right, well, won't be too long. We'll be back to the car, be on our way for the end of a very interesting but exciting biking adventure. Totally radical, over and out. All right, man, totally radical. I know it's a little dark in here. Just a little update. We got back to the car. I towed Brian with the bungee cord. We made it back, and they had locked the gates to the ballpark parking lot, but fortunately, there was enough room for us to slip around and get out. So, heading home. What a fantastic day of rad riding. Unfortunately for my buddy, his rally cruiser kind of did not hold up to its end of the bargain. So that's a little bit of a bummer, but I know Brian will get back and he'll buy a better chain. He'll get it all ready to go for the next adventure. And honestly, knowing my friend Brian, it wouldn't surprise me if he just sells that bike and buys a rad. So anyway, we'll see what the future brings. Glad that you could join us. Great time. And we'll see you next time on Totally Radical.